I want to show you guys the difference between a throwback fighter and a fanboy fighter. By now, you guys know what a throwback fighter is. I done broke it down for you. It's in plenty of video, so I take it you know what a throwback fighter is. And since I just coined the new phrase, a fanboy fighter, let me give you the definition of what a fanboy fighter is. A fanboy fighter is a fighter who does nothing more than what they need to do because their fan base doesn't require them to. Okay? They don't care about taking on stiff competition or fighting the best because their fan base really don't care. And they both pretend like they're the best thing since sliced bread. And the fanboys of this fighter love to pretend like everybody's ducking them, but they're not the ones ducking. That is a fanboy fighter. A fighter that doesn't take any real serious challenges or get away with ducking and avoiding fights that they know they should fight because their fan base allows them to do it. That is a fanboy fighter, okay? But I know some of you may need further examples, so that's what I'm here for, okay? This is something that a throwback fighter says. You see what Terrence Crawford said right there? All right. Now, this is something a fanboy fighter says. You see the difference? It's night and day, isn't it? It's night and day. See, eventually, you fanboys going to have to come to the realization you can't deny what is. Okay? And if you don't take heed, you're going to end up in the same situation you end up when Deontay Wilder lost. Nowhere to run, no excuses to spit out. Okay, because you can use them all up. Eventually, you're going to have to be real with yourself. Okay? Now, a little bit before, I spoke on an article that charged both these gentlemen with not wanting to fight. And I said both of them had said things that would seemingly hold up the fight. And it's true. Now, however, some Terrence Crawford fans got a little upset with me. They're like, no, fuck that. This is all EROLL, stuff like that. I told you guys, for fanboys' blood pressure sake, let's just give the responsibility to both of them. I did that so we can be fair, so we can eliminate the bitching. Because if they're still bitching after that, well, they just pulled their skirt up, didn't they? You know? And Terrence Crawford did say he want to fight this person first and he wants to be A side and all that other stuff. You know, and I just think he should go ahead and just take the fight and just mop the floor with him. But then again, that's my opinion. But fanboys of, not fanboys, fans of Terrence Crawford didn't like that shit. And you know what? You guys was kind of right. You know, nah, I shouldn't have let him off the hook like that. But once again, that was me trying to be diplomatic. You know? And they both share a responsibility to me, in my personal opinion, only because I think Terrence Crawford should be more aggressive in smoking out EROLL Spence. That's the only reason why I would share it with these guys. That's the only reason. I think he should smoke his ass out old school style. Okay? Straight up. That's how I feel about it. But nonetheless, you see what these two gentlemen said, it's night and day. Okay? It's obvious Terrence Bud Crawford wants to fight. And this is the glaring thing about EROLL Spence. I could do this over. Between EROLL Spence and Deontay Wilder, I can catch these guys in so much shit, it's ridiculous. This is what EROLL Spence says. But once again, this is what he said when he came back off the car accident.
Any thoughts on any of these guys or Bud Crawford? Because again, you're acknowledged as the top guy at welterweight. Who do you want to fight? What do you want to do?
Like I said, I'm the top dog in the division. I am the king of the welterweight division. And like I said, I know them guys wish that I wasn't back so fast, but I am back. And I want to fight the top names in the division. Whether it's Manny Pacquiao, whether it's Terrence Crawford, or whether it's Danny Garcia, I do want the top names, and I do want to be the undisputed welterweight champion of the world.
Fighting everybody then.
Definitely.
Now, how you going to be talking about you want to be undisputed and you want to be mentioned with the greats the greats of all time in welterweight, just in boxing, period. But you don't want to fight the #1 pound for pound fighter in boxing and in your weight division, but you want to be considered great and you want undisputed. How are you going to be great if you don't take on the best? And most importantly, how are you going to be undisputed if you don't take on Terrence Bud Crawford? Come on, man. Come on, man. Y'all not that dumb. All right? And it amazes me how a grown man can get a group of grown men to play stupid for him like he's their girl. Errol Spence is like a girlfriend that you guys just won't believe is cheating on your ass. You know? That's exactly what y'all treat him like. You guys know better. You just don't want to see it. That's just the truth. How in the hell can Errol Spence say he wants to be mentioned with the greats and he wants to go down in the history books, but he don't want to fight what is openly the greatest, what is considered one of the greatest fighters of our time in our era right now? How do you want to be great by not fighting somebody that's great? You can't be great fighting Manny Pacquiao. And I'm going to get the Pacquiao old ass in a second. How are you going to do that? Most importantly, how are you going to achieve undisputed without fighting Terrence Bud Crawford? Nobody wants to see, listen, and I'm finally listening to Bud now. You can go ahead and try to age out Bud. A aged out Bud would still beat Errol Spence. I hope they know that. Okay? So trying to age him out, that shit ain't gonna work. Okay? You're gonna have to take this ducking title, whether you like it or not. I'm gonna force feed this down y'all mouth. Okay? And if anybody got a problem with it, man, y'all been around me for a while. I'm doing the same thing to y'all I did to Triple G fans. I'm doing the same thing to y'all I did to Lomosexuals. I did the same thing to y'all that I did with the El Pollo King fan base. Dude, you know who I am. OG fanboy killer. Period. I don't care who ran up behind me trying to duplicate my style and trying to be like, there's only one OG fanboy killer. As far as killing fanboys, I'm undisputed. Nobody got a record like mine. So why are you acting shocked? Because y'all was around loving it when I was serving homosexuals. Some of y'all was around loving it when I was serving Wildettes. Some of y'all was loving it when I was serving Triple G fans. Like I said, if you have a favorite fighter, eventually your ass is going to be on the chopping block. You know, so I hope you got maturity when you come over to this channel. That's just as simply, you know, that's just as simple as I can put it. But you got two glaring examples. This is what Terrence Crawford say, and this is what your man say at the end of the day.
I don't really care, Spence said on Boxing with Chris Mannix. It is what it is. It's not like he's a cash cow. It really doesn't matter if we fight or not. I got Danny Garcia ahead of me. That's the guy I'm focused on. If that fight with Terrence happens, it happens. If it don't, I'm not going to lose no sleep over it.
I want to reiterate this again before I get done with this video, because what I say is true. Every fighter that moves like a throwback fighter and that is ambitious are the ones labeled as the duckers. The duckers are the ones labeled as the truth. You guys, you have to have noticed this by now. There's no way you can ignore it. What I'm saying is 110% true. Look at everybody who moves thoroughly. They get ducking, they're scared, they're this, they're that, all this other shit. Okay? But people who are ducking, Errol Spence, Canelo Alvarez, and everybody else, all the protection in the world. This is how it is because today's world is ass backwards. It's a gynocentric, era we're living in. You know, we need to bring back hyper masculinity. Bad. Because you guys is jacked up out here. You know, but that's what it is. And you can't deny it. And I'm going to stay on y'all head. And it's fucked up that I have to fight like this to get a fight. Yeah, I got to fight like this to get a fight. The fans got to fight to get a fight. And that's the other thing that I want to mention. All you people saying, I can't say nothing about EROLL Spence. Excuse me, sir. Last time I checked, the last time EROLL Spence had a pay-per-view, I bought that. Okay? So as long as I'm reaching in my pocket to spend my hard-earned dollars to shuffle it towards an EROLL Spence fight, you can shut the fuck up. I'm going to say what the fuck I want to say because I don't earn my money sitting behind no desk. Sweat equity. All right? And I didn't have to buy that fight. I did that simply just to support EROLL Spence. I bought the Charlo fight simply just to support the Charlos. I said this. Now, how bad have I talked about the Charlos and EROLL Spence? Yet I'm still going in my pocket to support these guys. And this is the thing. I can watch these fights for free. I purposely go in my pocket to support shit that I like. I've been like that my whole life. I support what I like. Anytime I like something, it's never hard for me to reach in my pocket and give my money up. Because it's worth it and I like what you're doing and I want you to do it more. So I'm going to reward you for doing this kind of thing. That's why as soon as Spence jumped off the couch, straight out of the hospital bed, right into the ring with Danny Garcia, I let him know, boy, I see you. Salute. That's what I'm talking about. But when you do fuckboy shit, I'm going to say something. But most of you just show up to people's channels to get offended. That's what I figured out now. Some of you guys' favorite channels is channels that you don't even like. You know what I'm saying? Man, this channel, my channel over here, you know, Bruce fucking Vane's channel is unlike anything on this platform. I don't care what nobody says. You know the flavor that I'm cooking up over here. If you can't handle the aroma, just stay away. Like I said, if you are a fanboy, you are going to have a hard time liking this damn channel. You are. You're going to have a hard time. You know how often I see people subscribe and unsubscribe within a day? Because they see one video, they think I'm one way. And then I put out another video, they're like, oh shit, unsubscribe. You know? But one thing that you could trust in me, in my channel, I'm not going to change. No matter what. I'm not going to change. I'm going to be the same with 1 subscriber, with 1 million subscribers, with 2 views, with 100,000 views. I am going to be the same no matter what. There's no money that can come into play. There's no sponsorship that can come into play. There's no, because I'm cool with this group, I'm cool with that. None of that comes into play. I speak my mind. And I would think in this situation going on with YouTube, it's something to be applauded, even if you don't like it. Because one thing you could say about me, I have the ability to give credit. You know, 98% of the people on YouTube, they can't do it. They really can't. If they dislike you, they don't know how to say nothing good about you. I know how to do both. To me, that's called balance. And that's a pretty damn sound damn channel. Well, it's at least a channel I want to be subscribed to. Don't know about you. But then again, that's just my opinion. Leave yours in the comment section. Bruce Vane, I'm out.